friends, it's Nancy. We're back again for part 7. No, part 8. Sorry, part 8 of our Ephemera-stuffed Traveler's Notebook project. So for this page, so this is page 3, 4, 53, and 54. We're using a book page again. This is from a book that had reproductions of, I want to say it's Women's Home Journal. So this page, it talks about practical, this is the 1880s, and it talks about practical fashions. A tennis suit, can you imagine playing tennis in that? Yeah, and on the other side it has Off for Dancing School, and the illustrations are by Kate Greenaway. So I thought that was pretty. And in fact, that's why I decided to go with a flip out so that I could have that entire page. Okay, page 3. So again, we're going to have a another button fabric lace thing. So I've chosen this one with little rosebuds on a cream background. You've seen this 6 other times now, I think. At least 5. And maybe I'll put a little piece of lace underneath it. I'm almost tempted to make this the tab and put this, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to put half. Oh, no, this one's supposed to go right down at the bottom. So I'll put half on that side and half on that side. And then part there. Part there. Okay. Let that dry for a smidgy. And if I get that back in there, okay. And then we need another one up here at the top. A little more. And I think I'll use a piece of this. Just like that. Okay, and I want a little something else. Just looking in my treasures here. Oh, I don't want to cut you. I've saved you for pockets. No, it needs bigger. Bigger, bigger. Not bad. Not bad. I feel like I want something that's an ecru or an ivory color though. That's too big. Okay. Let's get the... Whoops, sorry. Just whacked my head on it. It's probably too big. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Or I could cut this. No. I'm feeling that one. We're going with that one, right? Right. Okay. So I am going to stitch these two a little bit and I'll come back and we will put on some buttons. Okay. I found this little button in my treasure box, and it's kind of on the pinky creamy side of things, and it's also square. So I'm just going to put it right there. And then the one I had for this one is sort of a old gold rim around it. Okay. I'll stitch those off camera. Let's just get working on the next project, or the next page. I keep saying project. All right, we're back to do page 1, page 2, page 55, and 56. So there's very little going on inside. Let's flip it upside down, and we're going to make a pocket here. I have a picture of a picture. I'm going to cut this down, and that will be our little pocket there. So we'll grab a piece of card. Hopefully that'll be all right. I think this was from a magazine. Just making sure I'm in frame. Just about done. So if you have a genuine old photo you want to use, by all means, go for it. And I certainly have some around, but I thought I've also got this. And she is too cute not to use. So I'm going to stitch around her and then glue on 2 sides. I'm also going to make a tag that goes in that pocket. So this is another piece of crocheted collaged envelope, but I didn't collage both sides. I only collaged one, and that's fine. It's gonna be about there, I guess. It'll be a big tag. Very good. I want a piece of lace. Like that. No, maybe that's too big. this is going to be much smaller, but I like it better. Like that. Okay. I need a brad. Hoping I could find one that was a little grungier, but ooh, here we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh. Okay. I'm just going to glue this lace at the top. And then I'm going to put a little slit in order to put this old brad through. Okay. There we go. There. Make that as flat as possible. Now I want to add a piece of card just to A, cover up that brad, and B, give this a little more oomph. I'm on the fence about stitching this. Yep. And Just going to trim off the extra card. Missed. Get this some ink. Looks good to me. Now I want to add a little piece of ephemera to that. I think this is going to be too big. Yeah, I need something smaller. Ooh, I know what I can use. After I pick that up off the floor, I just have one more look. So that is a label from piano roll, like player piano roll paper. And again, I want a chunk of card. Too small. Yeah, that's too small. Yeah. Slab or slice a chunk of. All right. So this is about 1 3/4 inches squarish. Okay. So I'm just going to adhere that to the edge, and then things can be tucked underneath that. Okay. All right, so that will require some stitching, but we will move on to page 56. So for page 56, I'm going to make a pocket at the bottom out of a piece of vintage wallpaper. So if you don't have any vintage wallpaper, that's reasonable. Look for a wallpaper looking pattern paper. Use whatever you like, really. Nobody's going to know this was supposed to be wallpaper. So it's just a little bit bigger than 3 inches. Oh, shoot. Should use my rotary cutter or scissors. Okay, it's just 3 inches. Let me make sure this is square. That is. This end isn't. A little bit more. I think this top is a little off now that I trimmed it with scissors. Probably nobody but me would notice, but okay. It's a little long, so let's take a little more off. There we go. I forgot to say, for this one we're using a piece of ledger, but I'm sure you figured that out. I'm going to use one of these labels here to sort of decorate. And this tag, this tag came out of that World War I tea tin that I had for my 3,500 subscriber giveaway. So I know this tag is old. I think I'm going to leave it plain and just stick it in there. But first I need to do some stitching. So first I'm going to stitch this milk coupon ticket onto the pocket, and then I'm going to stitch the pocket on. And then on this one, I'm going to stitch my lady, glue her down, and then stitch around this tag that'll be going behind her. Okay, so let's pause while I do that. Okay, all the stitching's done. This is my World War I tag. I'm gonna put that in there. This is the tag completed, and I'm just gonna tuck a couple of little pieces of ephemera in there. So one is a receipt, and the other one, this is from a book page actually. It's a ticket of some kind. So we'll put that in here. Okay, so that was page 56. This is page 1. Turn it over. And on page 2, I want a flat paper cluster. So clusters might be something you have in your stash. And I did. So it was just scraps of paper that I glued together. And then I added a row of stitching. But I went back to my package of little envelope of my vintage ladies from the magazine, and I'm just going to trim out her armhole and then glue her on top. I kind of figured clusters is something everybody sort of mass makes. If you don't have a cluster, you could do a little fussy cut, or, oh, I want that higher. A sticker? Dare I say a sticker? Okay. And this is why I back my little ladies onto paper, because can you imagine how hard that would be to cut if it was 100-year-old magazine paper? I'm just wondering if I want a piece of lace. Something long and narrow. Meh, not that one. I'll try one more. And if it's not working for me, it's not working. Ooh, here's a piece of... Ugh. This is way too white. Nope, it's hard no. That's a hard no, Gib. Gibby's back. He's in his window. So with this page being done, we're all done the inside of the journal. And in our next video, we will do the cover. Isn't that amazing? Such a quick project. On page 55, we want to paperclip on a picture of an old photo. I've got this picture of a family, a young family with a baby. Okay. All right. So that is our inside of the journal, and next we're going to do the cover. So thanks so much for joining me. Come back soon so we can finish this project.